Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel. Guys, today we have a really good site, right? This is coin market cap and this is showing you that XRP is pumping to the upside alone, kind of, in the top 10. Now, if you look at top 15, you can see that Stellar is also kind of joining the party. Now, that's really good news. You know, the Bitcoin maxis and other projects, those who support the project usually used to say XRP is a shitcoin, whatever they say, dog shit, blah, blah, blah. But now you can see that the fundamentals are getting really stronger each and every day. And now it's kind of starting a new uptrend. We can actually see that in the price action. We'll actually discuss through them. Say this is the XRP's chart. We'll discuss through the daily chart, what we are seeing here, say the MACD RSI. We'll look at the weekly chart for XRP. We'll talk about the Wyckoff pattern which is forming like last time. Then we'll discuss through the entire resistance and support area and how the price is being reflected in that range, say in a daily chart. Then in 4-hour we'll discuss through the potential patterns emerging and the targets if you are a short-term trader. Then we'll compare and look with Bitcoin chart how its RSI and MACD is forming, say a divergence there. And we'll also look into the gold chart because it's actually showing kind of a double top here, which is kind of a bearish signal. So we'll actually discuss through that and all the other tweets which we have. See, some of them are really positive because we only have most positive news, and the only negative thing will be like people trying to put out FUD. Now this is, someone who is stating that XRP is not used to transact, a currency not used for transaction has a core value of 0. Now, these kind of tweets or individuals who are trying to put out the FUD for the newcomers should be shot down immediately. So guys, if you guys actually see something like this, do it. Don't hesitate. Do it. Just do it. Now guys, if you guys like the content I provide on a regular basis, please do support the channel. Hit the subscribe button. And if you guys have any comments, do let me know in the comment section below. This is the first one. That's from myself. I'm actually showing a tweet from XRP Stewart. It is today ODL is available in corridors including USD, Mexico, USD, Philippine peso, Australian dollar, USD, and Australian dollar, Philippine peso, Europe to USD. And they're actually planning to come up with additional corridors in, say, Asia Pacific, Middle Eastern region, then Latin America, which will be in 2020. So if you guys remember the Ripple Insights previously, which they actually put out like 2020 is the year of digital assets. Now, if this is happening and say these are the major corridors, and if they are getting that, then yes, 2020 is gonna be really huge for the digital asset market. Because say if you are considering USD to Mexico or USD to Philippines, yes, it's not that small corridor, but still it's not that huge corridor. Whereas the Euro to USD is really liquid corridor, and if they are targeting that now, that means they have enough bullets to shoot now, and they are acting so fast. And this is the next one. That's actually from Nothing. I retweeted that, showing that the FLIPPENING is actually going around. Look, the reason which we state that is if you look at the volume, it is like 5 times bigger than that of Bitcoin. So that's really huge. See, it's just XRP Mexico, BTC Mexico. And if you see that in just one corridor, when it's hitting all-time highs, this is happening. So think, if it is actually going on in all of these corridors, then what the hell will actually happen? Because when this is happening, the price is kind of pumping to the upside. Say it had a bullish flag, then it pumped to the upside. Now again, if you look at that, you got a bullish flag in a 1-hour chart, then again it's pumping to the upside. So we are getting stronger and stronger every hour, every day. There's the next one from XRP Stewart, showing Ripple partnership with International Money Express Intermex, which is one of the largest US Mexico remittance provider. Now they are looking at 30 million payment transactions a year through the network of 100,000 payers locations, so that's not that small, because we already have something like this going on in that corridor. And if it's going to be more competitive, more institutions are coming in, then it's really gonna get like a rocket, because these will not be an institution only working for one corridor, right? So say even if they are working in one corridor now, that's because of the current friction or the regulation or the issues which they have to face when they have to go into another country. Say they have to have a relationship with banks, the nostro accounts, dormant capital. They don't want all those shit, so they didn't actually go to that. But now they have RippleNet, and on-demand liquidity, XRP, so they can actually do that. They can access all those markets which were inaccessible for them previously. Now there's the next one from the Bear Bubble, showing that David Shaw's referring to XRP as a digital gold. Now yes, XRP should be digital gold or digital platinum, I'll say, because if you consider Bitcoin as digital gold, because most of them do say that, I'll say then it should be even better. XRP is even better, right? So if you actually go through that, what you see is RippleNet is a payment system. Now you all know that. Now this is from 2017, so it's really old. But what you have to think is XRP is an asset that can be used for settlement. It's kind of like gold that can instantly teleport around the world. It does actually move value, and there's nothing to settle afterwards. So it's kind of comparing with the existing system in which the payment actually occurs, but the settlement is not occurring at that time. You need to settle that payment afterwards. Now this is the next one from Ripple itself. It's showing it's an important step. Now yeah, we actually talked about this partnership, but what I'm trying to highlight here is the words which they used to highlight this partnership. It's an important step in changing the status quo of today's slow and expensive cross-border payments. So say they are actually doing that. Some kind of flippening is coming. It's not about Bitcoin or other cryptos. I'm talking about the payment industry itself. Currently, the status quo is what? The 50-year-old ancient technology, not technology, ancient system. Now they're actually trying to change it, and they are getting attraction from the institutions. Now we actually talked about this. She was trying to say there is no value for XRP because there is no use for it. It's not used for any transaction. But we just talked about many of the use cases for XRP, right? And I think she's someone who don't have any time to do the background research before tweeting out something like this. So if you guys would like to inform her something, that's Rebecca. That's Rebecca at Rebecca47540075. You can actually give her some kind of information of XRP, the partnership or the institutions which are using on-demand liquidity, which uses XRP. Now there's the next from Cointelegraph, showing XRP price rally 180% again if it breaks 2-year downtrend. Now that's a question mark, and I'll say yes, it should, because this is XRP BTC and it's showing you that the 2-year downtrend is near to a breakout, because we can see that happening here. If you put the chart in a daily, you can actually see two lines. Say this one can be said as one trend line resistance and this as another. Now this is currently acting as a support here. Previously when this was breached, it went till 0.5. We all know that, right? It happened 5 to 6 months before. Now this time we have actually breached this one. Like if you see here, we actually breached this one. If you see this continuation pattern here, we actually got the similar pattern here. So that's a good news. Now yes, this day is just beginning, right? We still have a lot of time to move. Say, and I'm in South Korea, and if I'm looking, this is 9 a.m. in the morning. So this candle, for me, this candle will be closed only by tomorrow morning 7. So that's a long time to go. So it can happen that, like, if a pump like this is happening, say we'll actually measure that pump. What happened after breaching that? Say it went up to around what's happening? Yeah, it went up to around 31%, and it came back down and closed around 20%. So say if the same is to happen here, say 31% upside, then it's gonna move and touch till 0.35 and close around 20%, means it's around 0.32. But we have a lot of overhead resistance here, so I'm looking if we can close around 0.2829, that would be great. And even if we reach 0.3, that would be perfect. But this is cryptocurrency space, right? It can happen, anything can happen. So when we looking at this one, we can actually see that it's kind of a support area. People are kind of accumulating at that area, and it is gonna break to the upside. Now, this is the next one from the daily huddle, and it's showing you that XRP bucks crypto market. Strategist says BTC must hold to this line to avoid major breakdown. But we just saw the chart of BTC, and I'll say this is kind of a support line happening here. I won't say this is kind of a bearish thing happening for BTC, because after this small rally, I think a bit of correction can be possible. Now we actually can see a divergence here, right? The price is moving to the upside, whereas the RSI is moving to the downside, as well as the MACD is kind of slowing down, whereas the price is again moving to the upside. So if you look at the same for XRP, so you can see that the price is actually moving to the upside. The RSI is moving to the upside, so that's kind of a positive news there. Now if you actually move into a 4-hour chart to understand what's actually happening, like if you look at this area, the price sorry about that, guys, that was kind of a shitty update, but whatever. Now the price was kind of slowing down here, then it moved to the upside, then again it moved to the upside, but at the same time you can see that the RSI was pointing to the downside. Now this is kind of forming a falling wedge, and most of the time the falling wedge kind of break to the upside, and it just broke to the upside. That's a confirmation. It came back down, retested this area, and it's again going back up. So that's a positive news. So if we look at that in Bitcoin, we can say that it can come a bit down. Check this area. Say this is, we'll pick a horizontal and put it here. Say this is the previous resistance area now acting as should act as a support. So it may come down around 8,800 or 9,000 and then bounce back up. I'm not saying Bitcoin is shit or something. I'll just say Bitcoin is really a store of value because it's the first one, and it has been supported by a lot of people, considering just use case of being a store of value, not for payments and all. Now this is gold, and it's actually showing you that it's kind of making a double top. So double top was kind of a bearishness. So if we can see that this was the previous area from which it broke off, and we actually reached our target here. If you look at this, it broke to the upside and it made that target there. Now if it is correcting back, I can actually put the chart into a weekly one and show you that this is the previous resistance area, right? A previous support area. So this resisted here, it supported here. Now it first time acted as a resistance, and after which the price broke to the upside. So if you actually check that level in daily, you can actually see that price can actually come a bit down, say 1535, or even it can push a bit more down and then go back up. It can just wick inside this area and go back up, because when I'm saying that, I'm considering this area. See, the chart was actually showing you that it's going to go to the downside, like the price is going to the downside, RSI is going to the downside, and at the end, it just blasted to the upside. And if you actually look at the same here, you can see a double top here, kind of a double top here. It came to the downside, but it bounced back up. It didn't give you a confirmation. See, you get a confirmation of a double top once the price is going below its neckline, right? So if you actually consider that, this is the neckline here. So the price should actually come down and close below this area to get you a confirmation that it is a double top. Otherwise, it would be something like this. It makes a double top, it come there, it didn't actually go much that, then it break below there, then again it slowly grinds to the upside. So that can actually happen again. Now guys, that's all for today, and I would like to request you guys again, if you guys like the content I provide, please do support the channel, hit the subscribe button and obliterate the like icon. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.